these entry-level RVs are all you really need to go RVing. But there's a lot of people who just want to go camping. They just want to go out with their family, enjoy some time. And if you've been a tent camper, even the most minimalist, simple RV that really can save you a lot of money is gonna feel like a huge upgrade if you've been sleeping in a tent and using a pit toilet. What do I really need in an RV? I need wheels, I need a heater, I need a shower, I need a bed. I don't need a lot, technically speaking. There's some Springdales I really like. A simple stick and tin style RV like this saves you a lot of money, keeps things simple. And by avoiding the slides and all the extra electronics, you can keep your RV much more problem-free because there's simply less things to go wrong.
This Springdale Classic Mini 1400RE is a really solid example of what an entry-level travel trailer should be. It's built for people who want to get into RVing or want to get back into something simpler without overspending or overthinking the decision. It's just over 16 feet long. The trailer is easy to tow, easy to park, and it's easy to live with. It really helps with the BC recreation sites because they get pretty small around here. With an unloaded weight of 2,600 pounds and a GVWR of roughly 3,800 pounds, it's well within the reach of most properly equipped mid-size SUVs, and you can throw about 1,000 pounds of gear in this thing. That's a big win for first-time buyers who don't want to have to change vehicles just to go camping. The rear dinette layout really helps this trailer feel open and usable. Big windows across the back keep it bright, and the dinette works well for meals, laptops, or just hanging out when the weather turns. When it's time to sleep, everything converts quickly without any drama. But let's face it, this thing's made for camping and you're going to want to be outside. And it gives it a lot more flexibility than you might expect for a trailer this size. It's a great couples trailer, but it can absolutely handle small family duty as well. One standout feature for this price point is the continuous on-demand water heater. You don't have to worry about running out of hot water, and it's one of those things you can really appreciate when you're plugged in at a campsite. It's a really nice upgrade to see in a trailer like this. The tank capacities are practical with about 21 gallons of fresh water, but 30 gallons of gray and 30 gallons of black. That's plenty of weekends and short trips without pushing the trailer into heavier territory. Overall, it's simple, smart trailer, easy ownership story, fewer systems, lighter weight, and it's got a price point that totally makes sense. So if you're shopping for a first RV or you're looking for a real clean, simple downsizing move, this is a real easy one to recommend. And then even smaller, the Springdale Mini 1230BB. It punches above its weight, especially for families. At first glance, it's very compact, but when you step inside, the layout makes it clear who this trailer is for. Coming in around 12 feet long, this is an extremely manageable trailer to tow and store. With an unloaded weight of nearly 2,300 pounds and a GVWR of just 3,000 pounds, it's a natural upgrade from tenting or pop-ups, and nearly any vehicle can tow this. The key feature here is the dedicated bunk beds. These are real bunk beds, meaning kids get their own space and parents are not converting to beds every night. For capacity, this trailer sleeps comfortably 2 adults and a couple of kids, which really is the reality of how young families camp. Tank sizes are well matched to the footprint. You get around 21 gallons of fresh water paired with 30 gallons of gray and 30 gallons of black. And that's more than enough for weekend trips to keep things simple. And if you're wondering why there's so much more gray and black than there is fresh water, well, the assumption is there are a lot of campsites out there where you can hook up to water, but they don't actually have a dump site. So you can bring in outside water, but you can't really dump until the end of your camping trip. So it's really a good thing to have a little more gray and black than you've got fresh. What this trailer does well is focus on function. The layout is efficient and the systems are totally straightforward. Nothing feels wasted, and it keeps the weight and the cost down while still delivering the basics of RVing that a family's going to care about. If you're looking for one of the smallest true bunkhouse trailers that you're going to find on any lot, this is it. It's compact, affordable, easy to tow, and the 1230BB makes a lot of sense for families who want to get out camping without jumping into the bigger trailers that they sometimes think they need. Now, I know people are going to ask me how much these things cost, and I usually don't put the prices in these videos because the videos will last a while and the prices always change. But right now, here at the end of January. If you look at the links, you'll see that they're listed in the just above $20,000 range for both models, and that's below the MSRP. That's in Canadian dollars, so in the US dollars, it's just above 15,000 ish range, $15,000 or so. So check in with Fraserway, drop in. I'm sure they'll work something out with you, but that's the current price, which is really affordable. I mean, on a longer term loan, again, you can get this down to just a couple of $100 minimum payments, and then, pay it off in advance as much as you can when you get a bonus or something.
So there's different examples of different RVs, real simple types, slightly different levels that you can use to get started. And they're just a baseline, different levels of where you can get started without having to really break the bank, and with getting something that has everything you need, especially if you're coming from the world of tenting. And if you're interested in checking out one of these more affordable rigs, one of these more, budget-friendly rigs that do the job, check out, Fraserway here. They've got a bunch like the Springdales here, and they've got a bunch of other models you can look at. They'll also be at the Early Bird RV Show. The Early Bird RV Show is going to be February 19th to 22nd. I'm actually going to be speaking there, so I got another video about that. Check it out. But if you head to the Early Bird Show, or you come here to Fraserway, you're going to see a whole lot of RVs. And even if you're not ready to buy, don't worry about it. Come on down, just tell them you want to take a look. They'll point you at some of the cooler models they got, the ones that fit your needs, right? Because as you can see here in this video, they've got hundreds and hundreds of RVs around here. And you kind of need someone to help you walk through all the different kinds of model types they have. So if you've been itching to get into RVing, but you're still a little worried about the cost or making that leap, comment below, within reason, state what your thresholds are. What's holding you up? What are the problems that keep you from taking the leap into the RV world? Because I'll tell you, once you make that leap, you're never going back. Comment below, ask me any questions you got. You can email me always at rvingwithjoe@gmail.com. I always want to hear your comments. I try to reply to some folks, but I read every email I get. So get out there, start looking at RVs before we get into the summer. Like I said, now is the time. Start looking now, because the season's coming and you want to have some time while it's still cold out. That's why all the RV shows are happening right now. So get out there, find out what you're looking for, and get busy living. By avoiding the slides, by avoiding the slides and all the electronics, avoiding all the extra electronics. And by avoiding the slides and all the extra electronics, you can keep your RV much more problem-free, because there's simply less things to go wrong.